Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga. I appreciate you so much for tuning into my channel. If you would be so kind and take a second and subscribe, if you're so inclined, you can hit that little bell icon and then it'll show you when there's a new video up. Always love to be here to take care of you guys, to help get you into a better space mentally, emotionally, physically. It's amazing the power of yoga. Breathing and mindful movement has made a huge difference in my life, and I just want to share it with everybody. So with your help, thanks for being here, making it happen. Today, we're going to work with some blocks. So if you do not have blocks, you can use a blanket, a couple blankets, pillows, towels, books, kind of thicker books if you'd like. Whatever you need. And if you don't have blocks, you don't need them. It's all good. But they're here and we're going to work with them and show you some different variations of how to use blocks if you're like, how in the world? I have these. They've been sitting here and I don't even know what to do with them. Well, you're in the right place. Let's figure out what to do with them. So depending upon where you have limitations, flexibility is not at an all-time high. That's what the blocks are used for. So with the blocks, some variations, okay? So this is going to be most assistance, right? So what the block is doing is lifting the floor up to you. It's also going to allow you to open. So as we lift, so for instance, we take a block and we sit on it. This is going to give our body a little ease of a stretch through those hips. So if sitting cross-legged has always been very challenging for you, sit on a block, sit on a pillow, a towel, lift those sit bones up and feel that release through those hips. So that's one of the bazillion places that we can use a block. But so, highest level, okay, your highest level of the block. Next level, you would just turn your block down. Next level, turn it flat. So each time we're making the floor a little bit lower, right? Getting closer back down to that floor level. So that's how you can determine where you are and you can see your progress, right? So if you're like, if at one point you were here and you're like, that just seems way too easy, and all of a sudden you've just maneuvered down to the second level of your block, oh my gosh, yes, that's amazing. So we get to see progression because typically without blocks and without straps and without other props, we don't always get to see that progression. We feel it eventually, but these are, you guys, celebrate the baby steps. Those milestones where you're like, I feel like I can breathe a little bit easier in this pose. I get it when she says, you know, lift, stacking your shoulders. I can feel that my shoulders are stacked. So it's a different progression, different progress. Take it with a big old fat smile on your face and don't be hard on yourself, okay? You're here. That's the biggest thing. Don't leave. Stay and do your work and you will see results. You'll feel results in your head, your heart, your body. People around you are going to notice. It just is a very powerful, powerful gift that you can give to yourself, all right? So if you're not already, you're welcome to sit on your block. I have two. You don't need two, but two are pretty handy for some of the poses that we'll come to because they'll actually be on either side of you, so supporting your knees, for instance, okay? But if you don't have them, it is okay. It's all good. Sitting up nice and tall, rest your hands comfortably. Turn your palms to the sky. If it feels right to you, bring your index finger to touch your thumb. If it doesn't feel right, just open your palms. Close your eyes, sit tall. Notice if you're holding any tension in those hips. See if you can let it go. Do you have a natural tendency to kind of slouch and hollow out through the chest? As you sit up tall, can you feel that deeper breath? The freedom of the belly to move. As we sit taller, stand taller, guys. A better posture. Key to a better gait, better balance, more self-confidence, just feeling good. And let's gently open those eyes. Let's pull those hands down, reaching down. So if you're sitting on a block, you're going to have a lot of room to play here. If you're on the floor, it's all good. Flex your wrists and press your palms down. I want you to lift up, put those shoulders towards your ears, and then as you exhale, press it down. Lift up and press it down. One more time. Lift it up and press it down. This time, lift it up, roll it up and back, and roll it back and down. Do that again. Big shoulder roll up and back and down. One more big shoulder roll, up and back and down. Now let's reverse that. So we're squeezing through those shoulder blades. We're going to lift the shoulders up, a little hollow through the chest and the tummy. Press those palms down towards the earth. Open the chest, roll those shoulders back. Lift those shoulders high, roll them forward. Press it down one more time, roll it up and forward. And press it down. Now we got to do one more going back. Lift those shoulders and press it down. Inhale, reach to the sky, turn your palms to face front, spread your fingers wide, and as you exhale, pull the elbows down, press the chest forward, lift your gaze to the sky. Inhale, reach to the sky, cactus arms. Exhale, squeeze, open that chest. Inhale, reach one more time, and exhale, pull. And reach, and release. Go ahead and remove that block, set it off to the side, and we're going to come forward, up onto all fours to tabletop. Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width, core is nice and strong. Take a big breath into cow pose, tummy towards the mat. Lift your gaze and lift your sit bones to the sky. And as you exhale, hollow the tummy and chest. Lift your spine, tuck your chin. Oh, hollow it out. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. Let's do one more each direction. Inhale it back to cow. And exhale it to cat. And coming back to neutral. We sit it back to child's pose. Now, if you have limitations in the knees, you're going to slide your block. You can set it at the lowest level or level 2 and just kind of prop it in where it's going to support, kind of at the heels to the bum, and sit it back. So if you're tight through the quadriceps, tight through the knees, you can use that block. Placing it in that space. If you don't need the block, don't worry about it. Sit it back. So that block is just there to kind of help you get that completion, if you will. Make sure that's in quotes, because your complete movement is your movement. It's your perfect place to be, guys. But oftentimes people are like, I just want to feel something. I want to feel like I can touch the floor. I want to feel like I can feel my sit bones against my heels. Whatever it is, that just makes it happen. And you get that satisfaction, that sense. And it's kind of important for a lot of people. I get it. It's all good. As you're ready, extend those arms out nice and long. Hands shoulder width apart. Spread your fingers wide. Let's inhale. Lift the forehead. Tuck the toes. Press and lift your hips to the sky. Our downward facing dog. Feet are hip width apart. Hands are shoulder width. Pressing through the palms of the hands. Guiding your weight back towards those heels. Those heels do not need to touch the earth. More importantly, we get the bend out of the wrists as we press back. Head heavy, face soft. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk your feet in to forward fold. Another one here. So if you have super tight hamstrings, guys, bring the floor up to you. Fingertips to the block. Allowing yourself to surrender. Okay? If you're like, well, that's a little higher than I need, turn it down. Fingertips or palms. If you're at your palms, maybe move it down. Fingertips on that lowest level. Palms on that lowest level. You can always stack multiple blocks if you need them. So that's why it's great to have a couple. If you're like, wow, I'm at the point I don't think I need my blocks. Fingertips. Maybe just knuckles. Allowing that upper body to just sink to that space where it's ready to go.
Something that's kind of fun too, if you don't necessarily need a block, but we want to create a little resistance, take that block, place it between your hands at that narrowest section, and you can change it however you like. And we're going to squeeze those palms as we slowly roll it up. Keep squeezing those palms, keep squeezing the block. We pull the hands to heart center as we stand tall. Keep squeezing that block and extend the arms to the sky. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. So now we have activation through the shoulders, through the lats, through the core, as we work to squeeze that block. And we pull the hands to heart center, still squeezing that block, activating the muscles through the chest. Take a big breath in, keep squeezing that block, and as you exhale, rotate to the right, keep squeezing, and come back to center. So not only are they fantastic for bringing the floor up to us, and we turn to the left, keep squeezing that block, but we can add some resistance work using that block as well. Now turn your block, fingertips pointing out, keep squeezing it, and press it out. Keep squeezing, pull it back in, and flip it back up. Keep squeezing, core stays strong. You want a little more challenge? Shift your weight to your left foot. Rotate fingertips, lifting that right knee, press it out. Pull it in. Fingertips to the sky. Keep squeezing that block, guys. Fingertips out. Press it out. Keep squeezing through the heel of the hand, palm of the hand, fingertips. Pull it back in and rotate. Shift your weight back to that right foot. Left knee lifts. Keep squeezing that block. Rotate palms and press it out. You can flex your foot or just keep it soft. Really, it's just about keeping the balance on that right leg. Fingertips turn to the sky. 2 more times. Rotate fingertips. Keep squeezing. You should feel a little warm fuzziness going on in those shoulders. Pull it back in, activating the chest. 1 more time. Rotate and press. Pull it back in and step it down. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, hands right through heart center to forward fold. Go ahead and set that block down. Place it where you need it. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Bringing that back knee to the mat, untuck your toes. Grab 1 block if you need it, and we place it to the inside of that right foot, again, at any level you need. And we're going to lift. So that left hand is on the block for support. If you don't need it, you can rest both hands on the thigh. We want to make sure that that right knee is behind the toes. Pelvis is square and those hips are leaning in. If you need that block, guys, use it. Place it wherever you need it. If you need multiple blocks, you need to go a little bit higher. Stack them. It's all good. We want to let those hips be just as heavy as they can be. Find that breath. And we're going to add a rotation here, shifting 1 block now to the pinky toe side of that right foot. And we're going to cross. And we're going to take a hold of that block with that left hand, rotating the body and reaching. Right arm to the sky, high as you can reach. Now, if you don't want that block, you don't have to have it, and just press against the outside edge of your knee. Breathe. And gently release that rotation. Hands on either side of the block, or on each block, and just go ahead and lean in. Find that breath. Shifting both blocks to the inside. Shifting those blocks down, if you like, to their lower. Oh, a little deeper. Maybe coming down onto your forearm. Both, if you like. So lizard pose, very challenging pose, but with the assistance of our blocks, we can get that sensation. And again, you can be at whatever level on those blocks. You can lift them higher, but it's a pretty cool sensation to be able to come down onto your forearms.
when you're ready, not before you're ready. And let's go ahead and come back up. Hand on either side. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend right leg to the sky. Go ahead and open up those hips. Add a flex of that right foot, a bend of that right knee, and draw your heel toward your bottom, and just kind of kick your bottom a couple times. That feels good. A little bigger. Extend and bend. Flex. Extend and point. Flex and bend. One more time. Extend and point. Flex and bend. Extend and release. To down dog. We inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. We shift our weight to our right foot. Left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left knee through. Back knee to the mat. Untuck those toes, and again, grab your blocks if you need, and we're going to lift up. So where do we need to be on that block? Left hand to the top of the thigh, right hand resting on the block. If you need multiples, you're going to stack them. And just keeping that chest tall, pressing those hips forward, and getting that really nice stretch to the front of that right leg. Core is strong. Breathe. If you feel like, I'm ready to move on, set a block aside. Turn your block, lean in. Turn your block, lean in. Breathe. You don't need either, don't want either. You want to keep that chest tall. Place your hands on the top of the knee. So we're going to grab a block, and we're going to take it to the opposite side of the foot. We're going to rotate, and we're going to reach, placing that right hand to the top of the block, and extend. Left arm up, reaching. So again, you don't have to use the block. Pressing against the outside edge of the knee with the back of that elbow or forearm. It is entirely up to you. And gently releasing, taking one hand on either side of the foot. Take your blocks if you need them. Lean in. Go ahead and let some pressure be on those hands. Want to take it down? Take it down. Bringing both hands to the inside of the foot if you like. Working our way down to lizard pose. Bring it down if you like. So just being mindful and letting that progression happen. Down onto your forearm if you like. Or both. Giving some love into that left hip, groin. That lizard pose, guys. Take a second. What do you feel and where? We come back up to the palms of the hands. Hand on either side of your foot. Go ahead and set those blocks off a bit. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend. Left leg to the sky. Add a flex of that left foot. Bend that left knee. Draw your heel toward your bottom. As you inhale, extend and point. As you exhale, bend and flex. Extend and point. Bend and flex. One more time. Extend and point. Bend and flex. And point. And release. To down dog. We inhale it to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. We're going to grab that right side block, back heel to the mat, and we're going to windmill those arms up to warrior two. So holding on to that block however you need to. So we're going to come to triangle pose. So whoop. To triangle pose, extending both arms out in our warrior two. Breathe. So you can always adjust that block. Inhale, straightening that front leg. Opening pelvis to the side, reaching out over those right toes. When you can't reach anymore, placing that block right along the outside edge of your foot. Left arm extends to the sky. So I want you to feel that extension out of the shoulder, stacking those shoulders, stacking the arms, creating this long line from fingertip all the way down to the mat. So now we notice, is it fairly easy? One thing I want you to be aware of is those core muscles are engaged so that if you were to take that block and wave it, you can still stay where you are. If that feels easy to you, that's when you progress down a level or up a level, whichever way you want to look at it. Maybe flatten that block out. And maybe it's fingertips. That makes you work even harder with that core. If it's to the point where you can release that block, awesome. But it's about form, my friends. Breathe. So we take that block, we're going to transition it to the inside of the foot. And as you exhale, slowly release that left hand down. Now the left hand finds the block on whatever level is right for you. If you need to adjust your feet, adjust your feet. And we rotate and reach. Right arm to the sky. Revolve triangle. Sometimes you guys, even if you don't need the block, it's kind of fun to use them because it just changes your pose just enough to get a different sensation. Now typically I don't, but you guys, this feels amazing. A deeper rotation, a higher reach. Oftentimes we find ourselves kind of settling in. Don't settle in. It's amazing. Really feel that action, that activation, that breath. Exhaling and slowly releasing. Right hand down. Bending the knees. Hand on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back, and extend. Right leg to the sky. And gently release it down to down dog. And inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. And we shift our weight to our right foot, left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Grab your block, wherever you want to take it. Back heel to the mat. Windmill those arms up to warrior two. So again, however you want to hold that block, it's all good. Sinking into that warrior two. Core is strong. We straighten that front leg, opening pelvis to the side, reach it out over those left toes. And then when you can't reach anymore, set that left block, or the left block just to the outside of that left foot. Right arm extends to the sky, reach it up. Maybe it's fingertips touching. Perfect. Maybe it's palm. Perfect. You guys, it's perfect when you find your perfect triangle. If it's one of those where you're ready to progress, maybe all of a sudden it's fingertips, but you've gone down a notch. Maybe it's fingertips, but now the block is flat. You feel that amazing stretch through the hips and the waist. Oh my goodness, yes indeed. So again, we want to make sure that if we were to remove that hand, we can still stay where we are, that those core muscles are engaged. Now we're going to take that block and we're going to shift it to the inside of the foot. And as you exhale, slowly release that right hand down. Right hand takes the place where the left hand was. Adjust your feet if you need to. Rotate and extend left arm to the sky. Find your breath. Breathe. Now there's a fair amount of weight on that right hand. That's absolutely fine because we really want to press against wherever we are to get that rotation. Shaky is good. You'll hear me say that a lot. Shaky just means you're working hard and you're getting stronger. You're pushing yourself, which is never a bad thing so long as there's no pain. As you exhale, slowly releasing that left hand down, bending that left knee, place your block off to the side, lift that back heel, lift the hips, sweep it back, and extend left leg to the sky.
And gently release it down to down dog. And inhale it to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And sit it back to child's pose. And just take a second in your child's pose. And breathe. As you're ready, walk your hands up. And let's come over onto one hip. Sweep your feet around. Slide on down towards the top of your mat. So similar like we did with the hands where we were pressing into that block, we're going to do the same thing. So grab your block and place it between your knees. And we're going to squeeze those knees together, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to rock back to boat. So we're going to work to keep those knees pressing. Hands can be behind the thighs if you like, or you can extend the arms. Find your breath. So as you squeeze that block, activating those adductor muscles, those inner thigh muscles. If you like, extend one leg. We got to hold that block. So squeeze, release, left leg, and release, right leg, and release. Keep squeezing, left leg, and release. Let's go for 2. Both legs, and release. Again, both legs. And release. Place your feet to the mat. Bring your hands behind you. Keep squeezing that block. And as you exhale, lift your hips. Making sure if you're taking care of those shoulders, maybe we don't go quite so high. I want you to squeeze those knees. Breathe. Shift your weight to your left leg. Extend the right. And release. Can you hold on to that block? And left. Can you keep those buns from dropping? Breathe. And down. Left leg. Squeeze. And down. And release. Back to boat. So there's some active resistance going on, right? That squeeze, can you feel it? Find your breath. Now go ahead and place the soles of the feet to the mat, feet hip width apart. Crossing the hands, extending the arms, or supporting. You can decide. So support, resistance, a little bit of assistance here, added resistance. Okay, so you can choose wherever you want to be. And we're going to start to roll it back. Gluing the soles of the feet to the mat, keeping that block from dropping. And rise. So just a nice natural curve of your spine and come back. And lift. Take it back. Are you still squeezing that block? And lift. So there's lots of things we can do with the blocks, guys. Great for those legs. Amazing for the chest and the arms. You felt that. And take it back. We're going to do another one with the arms too that I love. Great for opening through that middle back and for strengthening chest. One more time. Take it back and bring it up. Let's do that one. So take your block and let's sit. You can sit on your other block if you have to. Yeah, sit up on it. If you don't need it, it's all good. So we're going to take that block and we're going to make it vertical. And we're going to take, it's kind of tricky to get it in there unless you have a buddy. So we're going to turn back of the hands towards me. And I want you to squeeze those forearms, the elbows, into that block as you lift your fingertips and lower. Lift your fingertips. Don't let those elbows pull off the block. And lower. Keep squeezing. So we're activating the chest. And you feel that stretch. Oh, that activation through the lats. Breathe. Lift and lower. Core strong. Squeeze through those elbows. Lift and lower. One more time. Lift and lower. Breathe. Now I want you to turn your palms towards one another and interlace your fingers. And we're just going to press that block forward. So we're going to hollow the tummy and chest as you press it forward. And then sit up nice and tall. Press it forward. Hollow out the tummy and chest. Tuck your chin. And pull it back in. Press it out. Hollow.
and pull it in one more time. Press it out and pull it in and release it down. Nice work. So we're going to come to butterfly. Soles of the feet come together, and we can prop those blocks up so they support the knees, because I want this to be a really relaxing place. You can take them down to whatever level feels like it's supportive but feels good to you, and I want you to sit up nice and tall. Breathe. And I know some of you out there are like, I don't want to sit up nice and tall. Sit up nice and tall. I promise it's worth it. Breathe, because it does take some conscious effort to do that. Hands resting anywhere along the thighs you like. You can take a hold of a good grip of it with those legs if you like, and really draw those shoulders down and away. Opening up that chest, close your eyes. Breathe. So oftentimes without those blocks underneath the knees to support, it can be almost too difficult to really relax. If you can, go ahead, take them out. In fact, you can take one forward, because we're actually going to come forward in just a minute. So if you don't need the blocks underneath the knees, bring one of them out in front of you. Now you can stay where you are, nice and tall, or if you like, hinge it forward from the hips rather than the waist and just come forward. Now again, you can stack the block wherever you like, whichever way you like, and let the forehead come to rest. Breathe. Hands can be wherever you like. You can extend them out long. You can let the elbows be soft. You can hold on to the block. If you're not using the block, you can just let that head be heavy. And again, arms can be wherever you want them to be, wherever you feel like it's the best stretch for you. But I often love the block just because you seriously can just relax. So we've touched on a number of ways to use blocks in your yoga practice. You guys, there's a bazillion ways to use them. I could go on for days. But this is just a really great variation of some fun ways to use your blocks. I hope you found it helpful. I hope it was fun. And I hope to see you back time and time again. Slowly, slowly, let's roll it up. Go ahead and set your block off to the side, and let's crisscross those legs. And again, you're welcome to sit up on that block, or you can just stay on your bum on the floor. And we're just going to find a seated position, that easy pose. Resting the hands to the knees. You can turn your palms to face the sky. You can touch your index finger and thumb if you like. Big, deep breaths. And just take a moment. Start at the crown of the head and travel through your body. How do you feel? Hopefully fantastic. Hopefully that was fun. Maybe you learned something. Maybe you tried something new. Always good. Maybe finding a gentle smile on your face. That's always good. My hope for you is that you have the best day you've had in a very long time. I hope it's filled with happiness and laughter, love and joy, learning and exploring, fresh air and sunshine. Let's gently open the eyes. Take a big breath in, reach to the sky. And exhale, pull your hands to heart center. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, working with our blocks, just having fun, learning, feeling so good. Hopefully that transcends through the rest of your day. Be well, my friends, and until the next time, light and love to you, my friend. Until then, namaste.